Campo Santo presents, in cooperation with Panic Inc. Boulder, Colorado, 1975. You see Julia. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from the nearby University Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. So, what's your, major? You're pretty. You're pretty, she says coolly. You're not. You're future hangover. What? You reply, confused. Someone should buy you a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down a waiter, and 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. And with that, hello guys and welcome to a new Let's Play. Firewatch, it is called, and so far we're getting the story that's happened beforewards, and I'm not gonna talk very much, and I'm also not gonna show a face cam just yet. So let's just pick up the backpack. And seems that we are in a garage. And I guess that's our car, because that's the only one we have right here. So let's load our gear. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beer out on a deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There is also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen. Could happen to Julia by walking the dog. It is badass. You pick up the beagle and she names it Bucket. You adopt the shepherd and name it Mayhem. I'm gonna go with the beagle. Bucket is a good dog, and a few weeks later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off of the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have a couple of little idiots, that would be pretty good. One day, Raresh. We're together now since a while, so why not? In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Thoroughfare Tailhead. 2 forks. Don't forget to check in. Okay, interesting. We're in some sort of forest, apparently. (1980). It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between sheets. You get mad or you ignore her. Both things aren't good, but I always try to avoid getting mad, so I think ignoring would be better in this case. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plans from her research. She draws the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man. You frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Oh hell yeah. Julia was right. You are very pretty. And looks like we're on our way to the Firewatch. That's what I would assume. And this is a pretty forest, I have to admit. Just as pretty as we are. Two Forks. Fire lookout, I guess that's where we're heading. Spacebar to climb. Oh yes. "1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. But, fuck, the dog!" Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker, not comfort, that would be weird. You scare him away or beat his goddamn face in. Let's try this one. You reach into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill them. You manage to scare all three of them away. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job in Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her to take the job, or agree if she commutes back and forth? Yes, convincing someone to give up something is never a good idea, so let's try this. You know, distance relationships work. I have experience. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you want to move. You tell her not to pass it up if that's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. 1985. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that went important to her research. She didn't remember that she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. Oh no. She was found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. Yes. It works. You watch Delilah on TV and sleep together on the couch. And it looks like it's a pretty evening outside camping. Well, let's look in our journal. Oh, good God. So pretty. Sorry. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. 1987. Julia's afflictions get worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn child's little idiots, and other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten up the day, but she gets worse. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with a 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. You decide to move her into a full-time care facility, or you're determined to take care by herself. Yes, not giving her away. That's just a no. Still don't know where we are, but it sure looks pretty. And sorry for the little lag spikes. I have to record with wraps because other things are not working currently. But I can still enjoy it. Oh, a deer. Hello there, buddy. Oh, you don't have to run away. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on a deck, watching baseball in the summer, college baseball in the winter. Drinking, then too. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're gone. You put a chair in front of the bedroom door. No. You trust that she sleeps like a rock. Yes, hope. You go to the same bar at the same boring end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time you tell Shayla, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off. You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple nights a week. You look forward to those nights. 1989. One night you're stopped at the DUI checkpoint. You blow a 10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law, Susan. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state your house is in. They tell you Julia is coming to live with them. You don't argue. You say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer is coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Enter the lookout tower, and by that, hello guys, and welcome again to a new Let's Play, Firewatch. And this so far, well, let me adjust everything here, looks like a really interesting story. We just got the little bit of backstory about our character whose wife is going through a hard time. It looks like it's something into the Alzheimer direction, which is a terrible thing, especially for someone young. And I'm really excited what this Let's Play's gonna show us, and if we get more of the background story. And again, I'm sorry about those lag spikes. I hope you can ignore them. It's just that I tried to record this with the X story, not Dick story, that sounds so wrong. But for some reason I didn't get any audio on the recording, so I'm recording with wraps again, which I didn't since a long time because I had those kind of lag problems. But I really had to record, so that's the only thing I could deal with, so I'm sorry. But let's keep on going and see what this little job has in for us. I wanted actually to read this all a bit better, but my voice is still kind of rusty from my cold. But I hope I did my best. because this is not a game I want to make fun of. At least, not if there are like serious points like you just saw there. So, this looks really pretty, I have to admit. I think we're in Wyoming or something. Or at least, I mean, it looks kind of like Canada. But I mean, the US has pretty places like national parks and everything. Turn on the power, I guess it's this one. Yes, it looks like it. We have a radio.
Tower.
So we have to respond. Hello? Hold left shift to activate the radio. Select dialogue. And release again. Talk to Delilah. Interesting, that we know her name before she actually tells us.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
Oh, okay.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, reply. You've killed 3 ex-husbands. You're rebelling against mom. Nobody back home can stand you. Ooh.
Okay, you're probably out here because nobody back home can stand you. Which, after this brief introduction, is not a big shock.
Ouch. I'll chalk that up to you being tired and grumpy.
Well, I'd better get some sleep then.
Yep.
One sec. Now it's my turn.
Oh no.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's
Oh, girl.
the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
If you knew.
Good night.
Welcome to the job.
Firewatch.